Every year, the United Nations commemorates her anniversary on 24th October. In 2017, the UN system in Uganda commemorated its 72nd anniversary differently, with community outreach activities in Kampala on UN Day. Under the theme UN for You, UN staff and partners carried out community outreach activities in 4 of the divisions of Kampala to assist least advantaged people in the spirit of the 2030 Agenda slogan, Leaving No One Behind, and to raise awareness about the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. These activities were aimed at raising awareness about the SDGs and the work the United Nations and its partners are doing in Uganda. The community outreach activities in Kawempe Division were held at Kalere Market Grounds on the theme Health and Sanitation. UN staff cleaned Kalere Market, donated blood, provided reproductive health services, carried out participatory hand washing and water treatment in the promotion of SDG 3, Good Health and Well-being, and SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation. The community outreach activities in Nakawa Division were based on the theme Food Security and Nutrition, which relates to SDG 2, Zero Hunger. The activities included planting vegetables and bananas, a farmers market for produce for members of Nakawa Division agricultural projects, and sensitizing the pupils of the school about food security and good nutrition in line with Zero Hunger.
I am particularly honored to be here on our 72nd birthday and the second birthday of the Sustainable Development Goals, because when 193 countries came together to agree, and Honorable Minister, they never agree on anything, but they did agree on how to do development. Uganda had the presidency of the General Assembly. So it was Uganda's leadership that brought us to the SDGs. And so it's always an honor and a privilege for us to remind the world of how the SDGs are coming alive in Uganda. And it is thus my honor to invite you, Honorable Minister, to give the keynote address on this UN Day, which is your day. Thank you very much.
We must recall the commitment, the mission, the vision, and the values of our founding fathers. And then we will commit ourselves. No more wars in Uganda. No wonder we have more refugees, people are running. I would urge UN to go to those people who still think that war is a fashion. Let them stop war. Let's recommit ourselves that we shall produce enough food to feed the world. And Uganda, we are leading. We are going to lead. Because most of the migration is in the world. It's about sharing resources. And the biggest resource is food. Let me once again thank the UN agencies and the UN fraternity. Thank you very much for being universal citizens. We are all joining you in this struggle to fight for the universal values. Thank you very much. Mungu awabariki. May God bless.
The community outreach activities in Rubaga Division were held at Kampala School for the Physically Handicapped on the theme Education. UN staff read stories to the pupils, played board games with them, engaged them in fine art, painted a classroom block, listened to songs by the pupils, and celebrated UN Day with them while promoting SDG 4, Quality Education, and SDG 10, Reduced Inequality.
This school was started by the Uganda Spastic Society, which was a community of parents and professionals who had children with cerebral palsy, a condition of disorders that affects balance and movement of muscle tone. The principal aim of the founders was rehabilitation of the children with cerebral palsy in Uganda and improve their quality of life.
On behalf of the UN family in Uganda, I would like to thank the director and management for the Kampala School for the Physically Handicapped for opening up your doors to the UN family to celebrate the 72nd birthday here in Uganda with you. I would like to thank you for all the preparations that went into this event today, all the performances that we have seen, all the works of art that we have seen, and all the dancing and fanfare that we've been privileged to be part of today, I really want to thank you.
To the children, I watched you dance, I've seen the art, and the one thing that came across to me was your dignity and your creativity. Please keep it up. I look forward to someday meeting some of you somewhere. Maybe one of you will get to be the head of the UN and one of its member states in the future.
The community outreach activities in Makindye Division on the theme Environment and Urban Development began with a procession from Chirudu General Hospital on Salama Road and ended with commemorative speeches at St. Stephen's Primary School, Munyonyo.
The UN has been a partner to the government of Uganda. The first UN entity that signed an agreement with the government of Uganda did that in 1963. So since 1963, the UN has been an ally of the government of Uganda. We have stood with you in times of difficulties. We have stood with you in times of rain, and we've stood with you in times of harmattan. Today, we are pledging that we are standing with the government of Uganda going forward.
The reason why we're here is because the UN is not some big company that belongs in certain countries and certain sectors. The UN is ultimately about humanity. The UN is about equality. The UN is about the only planet we have. We have one home, it's planet Earth. That is what the UN is about. And that is why, if we're going to celebrate our birthday, we thought it was very important to unpack what it means to be the United Nations and come out. So we're coming out to the children because the children are our present and our future, as my brother has said. The children are our hearts. They walk around. They are the future custodians of the only home that we have. So ladies and gentlemen, I consider it a distinguished honor and a blessing to have been appointed by the Secretary General to coordinate the United Nations in Uganda. And I want to say, there is 18 agencies, funds, and programs who work on Uganda, and all of my colleagues are really committed to learning and understanding and walking the journey with Uganda towards its development and evolution. We have mentioned we've been here since independence, and I'm confident that in one way or another, we will always be with you. So allow me to use this opportunity to ask all UN staff currently present, please stand up. Let the people see who you are, because each one of you is a representative. With that, I thank you.
The occasion was used to green the playing ground at the school and plant trees in the promotion of SDG Goal 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities.
Plant this tree, the name God the Father, God the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
After the community outreach activities, UN staff and their implementing partners converged for the closing session at the office of the Prime Minister to share their experiences with the Prime Minister and senior government officials.
The United Nations is 72 years today and growing stronger. So again, you are very much welcome. Right Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, the representatives of agencies here have been involved in outreach activities in different parts of the city.
You are all most welcome to OPM as you conclude the UN Day. And I would also like to congratulate you specifically for the innovation we are seeing of bringing visibility not only to the SDG goals, but additional visibility to the UN. This is excellent. Thirdly, I would like to congratulate you for putting life, living the goals. Because when you go out there, meet with the people, identify with the people, and questions are asked, then our goals are popularized. Thank you very much.
At Nakawa, we were trying to raise awareness on the importance of food security and also how we're going to deal with some level of malnutrition we have in Uganda. And in that case, we tried to work on urban farming.
I wasn't aware that Kawempe market is actually 7 markets. It was quite interesting, and we got to learn a lot about what the market is like. Our purpose there was to go to clean the market. So many of us, and you might see us, some of us don't look very clean. People dug in and cleaned up and cleaned the market and collected the trash. And we were joined by the community members as well, and little kids. So it was really quite nice to have that interaction.
The main venue was at Munyonyo Church of Uganda Primary School. And when we arrived there, we were in time, and the function started very well. Really, it was very well organized, because even those people who came up to give speeches really gave speeches concerning why we were there. They did not mix politics there. It was very courageous, and we shall be working together with you in order to achieve. I have seen 17, there is the sustainable and affordable. What is the difference? Thank you very much.
We had a great time at the Kampala School for the Physically Handicapped, and there are about 176 children. Mainly they are physically handicapped and very amazing in what they were doing. And that's when we realized that most of the UN staff that were there could not even compete with the kind of skill set that was there. Some of them attempted to join them in chess playing. Unfortunately, all of them were won by the children in that school.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin with a message by the Secretary General for today, UN Day. I quote, "Our world faces many grave challenges, widening conflicts and inequality, extreme weather and deadly intolerance, security threats, including nuclear weapons. We have the tools and the wealth to overcome these challenges. All we need is the will. The world's problems transcend borders. They have to transcend our differences to transform our future. When we achieve human rights and human dignity for all people, they will build a peaceful, sustainable, and just world. On this UN Day, let us, we the people, make this vision a reality. Thank you, shukran, sheshe, merci, spasibo, gracias, obrigado, yes." Every year, the United Nations commemorates her anniversary on the 24th of October. This year, the UN team in Uganda decided to commemorate this anniversary differently by focusing on community outreach activities on UN Day. Under the theme, UN for You, UN staff this morning have engaged in community outreach activities in 4 of the divisions of Kampala to engage, educate, and partner with the least advantaged people in the spirit of the 2030 agenda of leaving no one behind. But we also did this to translate into reality the Sustainable Development Goals and raise awareness that these goals belong to us all. Ladies and gentlemen, we have noticed that in order to engage with people, you must go to their sources of information. And hence, I am proud to announce that we have also been working with local cultural leaders, supporting the translation of SDGs into local languages. So as I stand here today, I am officially launching the publication of the SDGs in 10 of Uganda's local languages. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I want to thank the government of Uganda for its openness and its readiness to partner with us in good times and in bad. Let me stand here for a moment and say thank you.
I would like to also congratulate UN staff for commemorating UN Day differently. this year by carrying out community outreach activities this morning in 4 divisions of Kampala to assist the least advantaged people in the spirit of the 2030 agenda. Uganda values her membership of the United Nations, particularly because of the organization's role in fostering peace in the world and contributing to development. I thank you and hereby declare this session closed for God and my country.